guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing a bag review and it's on the Celine Panier Hobo bag. So if you're interested, do keep on watching. So I'm just going to jump right into this Panier Hobo bag. I believe when I bought it last year, it was called the Celine Ron bag. So I'm not sure if they changed their name, but on the website right now, it says it's the Panier Hobo bag in Raffia. So this is the Raffia bag that I bought myself for summer last year. I took this on my 3-week holiday to Japan last year in summer and I really enjoyed using it. So this year I've busted it out again. As you know, I live in Singapore, so it's like all year summer. So technically I could use this like all year round, but because now is the season where people talk about like summer bags and all that, and all your Raffia bags have started trickling into the stores, I thought I would give you a good review about this bag because I had it for a year, and also because a lot of you are actually asking me about this bag in like my past videos in the comment section, so I thought this will be a really helpful video for you. So this is the bag and it kind of looks like the Celine Ava bag if you're familiar with the Ava bag. In terms of like the shape, it's a slightly rounded bag. So in terms of dimension wise, this is 33 cm across and then it's 16 cm from like the bottom of the bag here to this part of it. So this part is 16 cm, and then in terms of like width, it's about 4 cm, but as you can see, this is quite malleable. It's not like wicker, it's raffia, so you can actually expand it and like fill in a lot more things. And then for the shoulder drop wise, this is actually 20 cm, so it's extremely comfortable for you to put it on your shoulder. You don't have to worry about it, you know, like not going on your shoulder regardless of what you wear. So I think this is a really nice bag. In terms of material, this is made out of like raffia. I'm not sure what kind of like raffia because I'm not an expert on raffia or anything, but it's not wicker, so it's not the hard sort of material. It's the rather malleable material, like you can really like just like wiggle it around. I guess a con of that is that it's very flimsy, so that's something to bear in mind. And then on the front of the bag, there is this like leather tab here, and it has the branding Celine stamped into the leather bit over here, and this is just like a leather tab of the Celine Triumph logo, which is very nice and subtle. And then there's also another leather piece over here at the top strap. So this one actually also says Celine in gold stamping over here, which I really like that it's so like, you know, subtle and not in your face. So I really like this about the design. I feel like when I first saw it on the website, I kind of like jumped on it immediately. I texted my SA to ask her if they have this bag coming in, and she said like, yeah, it's coming in like I think 2 weeks or something like that. It's not fully launched yet, and I just went in and bought it because I really just adored this style so much, so I really wanted to get my hands on it. So in terms of wear and tear, I would say that because this is like a natural raffia bag, there's bound to be like sort of fraying going on. So you can see that there's like slight fraying going on the sides of it. I'm not sure if you can see actually. So there's some slight fraying over here. You can also see some fraying over here. I'm not sure if I need to tilt it sideways such that you can see it. So it's over here. You can see like some bits like pulling and all that. But other than that, I think it's really holding up well. So I don't really have like a lot of complaints about it as well. And then at the back, there is also like some slight fraying. I wouldn't say it's major. I don't see anything like majorly fraying. I think it's quite typical of like a raffia bag to have this kind of like natural fraying because it's, you know, made out of natural materials in the first place. So I'm actually not too bothered by it. And this raffia, I guess you can still see through it, but it's not so largely weaved such that, you know, things will fall out of your bag. So I think that's something that I really liked about it as well. Unless you're putting in really tiny things like necklaces and all that, which I wouldn't recommend you just throw into your bag irregardless of whichever bag you put into. So I don't think that should be an issue because the holes are not big enough for any small things to drop out of it, such as like a lipstick. Maybe it's not going to fall out, or like a lip balm is also not going to fall out of the bag. So I think that's great. You don't have to worry too much about it. One thing I really like about this bag is that it's really easy to pair with a lot of your summer outfits. So like even for this, it just goes really nicely with this outfit as well. And like I just really like the Celine logo kind of like peeking out. It's very cute. In terms of like how it sits on my shoulder, actually I didn't really find that it was falling off my shoulder whilst I was traveling in Japan, but when I took it out this year to kind of like carry it, somehow it just keeps like somehow slipping off my shoulder. So that's something to take note of. But when I was in Japan, it didn't really happen very often, so I'm not entirely sure if it's because of my shoulder changing shape or anything. I'm not sure. I also think it's really nice to just hold the bag by its handle, or sometimes I just like hook it on my, you know, like wrist over here. So it's nice, but you know, I think you just need to like hold it really close to you, or just like stuff it a little bit more so that it weighs it down, so that, you know, it doesn't like kind of like bulge on your shoulder that much. Or sometimes you just like hold it like that, and then I'll just walk to just keep it from like falling off. But if you're asking me if it falls off your shoulder very often, I would say that it really depends on how your shoulder is like. It will definitely fall off regardless. It's just how many times it actually falls off your shoulder. So that's just something to take note of about this bag. It's not the most like secure on your shoulder, but it's very pretty. And I just really like it, and I hold it close so it doesn't really bother me that much. Another thing that I want to point out is that this raffia is like a little bit darker than what I'm used to for like raffia. I'll show you what I mean. So I actually have this bag from COS that I recently bought this year as well, and I really like using it as like a summer kind of vacation bag as well. I recently brought it to Bali on my trip. So this bag, actually I would say that this coloring of the bag does go a little bit better with all of my outfits as compared to the Celine Raffia one. You can see that this is a lot darker than this one. So I think in terms of like pairing, somehow I kind of like tend to veer towards the lighter kind of like raffia coloring instead of this one. But it's just a nice change. But I think it's something worth noting, because I have a few times wore my outfit and then I put on this bag, and then I put on this bag, and I most of the times tend to go with this one because I just find the coloring a little bit more flattering on my skin tone. Maybe because I'm Asian and I have like yellow skin tone under base, so I'm not sure. So it depends on your skin tone as well, you know. Like I have not done the whole like Korean color analysis on myself, but I just think that this one goes with my skin tone a little bit better than this one. So yes, something to take note of. For those of you who are new here, my name is Amelia and I do videos on luxury and lifestyle. So if you enjoy this kind of videos, do consider subscribing, click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. So I'm just going to show you very quickly what fits into the bag. I actually bring this around with me, I think on my trip like all the time, but these days I actually took it out and like it's like my everyday kind of bag right now. If I am not going for like a work appointment, I tend to bring this bag out with me right now. I try not to overstuff this bag, but it sometimes happens, so I'm just going to show you what fits into this bag. So very standard items, I have my Hermès Bien, which goes into the bag, and then I also have like a portable charger over here which goes in. I have my key clay which has my car fob on it, and then I also have like a Chanel lip creme main, which is like a hand cream, so it goes in. And then I have the lip balm. This is the Dior Lip Glow. I also have a Chanel lipstick, and my AirPods as well goes in. I also have this like jewelry case, like a mini jewelry case from Linya. I recently did a review on their jewelry items. If you have not watched that video, I'm going to link it up over here. I also have like a pearl claw over here, so I'll put that in. And I think like, it's, you know, it's quite full already, as you can see. It just all fits into the bag, and it kind of like expands like outwards, which is why I was telling you that this bag is very malleable. It expands outwards, so even if you place it on the front, you're not going to see like any sort of like item like sticking out at the top. But because this is such an open bag, you have to be very careful about it, because the things will spill out. Like, I have placed this on my car seat like a couple of times, and like sometimes when the car jerks, it like spills out like that, and all the items just like flings out. But you know, other than that, I don't think you have to be too concerned about it. I would just like try to keep this close here as much as possible. I think honestly it will be nice if there was like something that you can secure over here. Maybe not a magnet, because it's not to keep it shut, but I have no idea also. But I just really have gotten used to this bag anyways, and I'm a little bit more careful about it. You can even fit like a sunglass holder inside and still have space, as you can see. But you really have to be very careful about this, because the moment it like tends to flop or spill, your things will really go flying everywhere. That's something that you have to note. But because it's so weighty right now, it just tends to like hang on my shoulder. I honestly would not carry this many items. I would normally have my sunglasses on the top of my head, so I don't tend to bring the casing out. And then sometimes I also probably will not carry the jewelry case with me. This is really just in case I go to the pool and I don't want to like have certain items of jewelry following me into the pool. I will carry this just to put my jewelry inside. I was previously using like a pill case for that purpose, so you can use that as well. Or maybe I'll just not bring the hand cream, and then this is like how much is going to be inside the bag itself. It fits quite a lot, I would say. You can fit more, but it doesn't make sense because it's going to be too heavy and the things are going to spill out more easily. So I don't think that you should overstuff this bag for sure. Another question that I tend to receive in my comment section quite a lot is whether or not my bags can actually fit like a water bottle. So I thought I'm just going to include this information in this video, and maybe moving forwards I'm going to just include the water bottle thing into most of my videos, because I realize I get that question quite a lot. So if you are talking about a 500 ml bottle of water, it does fit into the bag as such, no problem. It's more than enough room to spare as well. I'm not sure if you can see it in the bag. Yes, it's there. So you can also stand this right up if you really wanted to. It's going to stand at the corner here, and then you can fit your other things over there. I have a book right now. I'm actually kind of like rereading the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. So if you want to bring this book to the poolside, you can actually just fit it like that as well, as you can see. And then I also have a planner with me, although I wouldn't recommend bringing so many things. I have no idea what's the point of bringing so many things to the pool. So I would bring this, either that or like I bring my planner if I want to like jot things down by the pool, or you know, like at the beach or whatever. It fits also, but I wouldn't recommend putting it like that because you can't put it over your shoulder. It's gonna jut out. I mean, you can, it's just gonna be a little bit like uncomfortable, so you might want to tilt it sideways, which is possible. You kind of like just need to Tetris it around, but it's very like wide, so you can do a lot of things with it. But yes, a bottle definitely does fit into the bag, no problem. And it's very easy to get your things in and out of this bag. I would say you don't have any issue with like grabbing things out of the bag. So I'm just really happy about this bag, and I think it was like a good buy. Right now on the website I saw the price, it was about 2750 Sing dollars. If I'm not wrong, when I purchased this bag last year, it was about 25 or 26, so the price didn't go up by quite a lot. So I think that's great. And then now they also brought out another shade, which is the white color. So you have two color choices to choose from. Mine is in the tan shade because I just really like it. Oh, I forgot to mention about the bag. There's nothing on the back. So if you want to be a little bit more low-key, you don't want to, you know, have the logo out in your face when you're traveling, then you can actually put this side and like, you know, you won't see the logo. It's just like a normal sort of raffia bag. So that is also another great thing about this bag. I just really like this bag. There is like a leather tab inside of the bag that says Celine, but it's kind of useless. You can't do anything, and it actually goes right through, so it's not like a pocket or anything. If you're wondering about packing this bag, then I would say that this bag is also very easy to pack into your luggage because it lies flat. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You know, there are some raffia bags where you really can't pack it into your carry-on or your luggage because by the time you get to your destination, I'm pretty sure it's going to change out of shape. One good example will be my Loewe basket bag. You definitely cannot pack that into your luggage of any kind. You need to bring it on board the plane and like have it with you, because I think it's going to like change its shape the moment I try to stuff it into a luggage. But this one, no problem. You can just put it into your bag and just like place it flat, which I've done so for my recent Bali trip. And yeah, just really easy to pack. You don't even have to stuff it, but if you really want to stuff it, you can stuff your like swimming costume inside just to like make sure it has more space and all that. But I'm pretty sure even if you don't stuff it, it's not going to change its shape. So yeah, I really like that it's very packable for your summer vacation, because I know a lot of you are from the States as well, so you're thinking about getting this bag for your summer vacation. Then one great thing to note is that it's very easy to pack, so that's a pro in my opinion. I guess another thing people will definitely ask me about this bag is whether it can stand on its own, because I've actually gotten that question quite a few times before. So I would say that it is not the easiest bag to stand on its own. You definitely need quite a lot of things inside if you want to stand it. It's not impossible, but you really need to like have things inside to like weigh the bag down so that it's not super flimsy. It's still like a flat base after all, so at certain points of like weightiness, you can definitely have the bag standing. I have it standing quite a few times, and like usually I will prop it on a chair beside me, but the chair has a backing, so I don't have to worry about it. And I would suggest you do that because sometimes people will knock things over, and then once this bag is not over, all your stuff is gonna spill out. So I wouldn't recommend that, but yes, you can definitely stand the bag on its own like that. In terms of pros and cons about this bag, I guess one big pro is that I really like the aesthetic of this bag. It's very pretty and very cute, and that is one major point for me in getting this bag, obviously. Another thing about this bag is that it's actually very easy to carry on your shoulder. Yes, it does slip off your shoulder time to time, but I don't really mind that quite a bit. It's not the most annoying thing on earth, because if I hold it closer to me, it's not going to like move anywhere around. So I really just like that about it as well. It's definitely meant to be a shoulder bag, so if you want something that is a little bit cuter to hand carry instead of putting it on your shoulder, then I don't think this bag is for you. But if you're looking for like a shoulder bag, I think this is a very good option for that. In terms of price point wise, I think for a raffia bag, it is on the pricier side, but it's also not crazy like in terms of like LV pricing or Prada pricing. I think this pricing is still quite palatable in my opinion. So I think that's great. You have a mix of raffia, you have a mix of leather bit, and this also comes with a leather tab, which makes it very comfortable as well for it to sit on your shoulder. So that's one great thing about that. Now coming to the cons of the bag, I think one great con that you can see is that it's one gaping hole, so your things will definitely have probability of spilling out quite a bit, so you have to be very cautious of that for sure. If you're concerned about pickpocketing, then I don't think this bag is for you as well. I mainly have been carrying this bag on like beach trips, so or like very safe places like Japan where I don't have to worry quite a lot. So I don't think that has been an issue for me, but I don't think I will bring this back on like a Europe trip, you know, that kind of thing. So that is something to bear in mind. I'll probably only bring this on like mainly beach holidays or like places that are safer like Korea and Japan. So yeah, I would say that this is not the safest bag on earth to carry around. Another con about this bag, which shouldn't really be a con, is that it obviously frays because it's made out of natural raffia. it is bound to fray because of the natural material and the natural aspect of it. So if you buy this bag thinking that it's going to like stay in like pristine raffia condition, then it's definitely not going to do so. I can even spot like, I'm not sure if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I can even spot like some raffia beads being slightly darker than the other parts of it. I'm not sure if you can see like this part. There are some bits that are darker than the other bits. I'm not entirely certain when I got the bag if it was meant to be like that already, but I don't mind that. I think it's bound to happen as well. Sometimes when you have water spilling on the bag, I don't think I have this bag like splash with water like all that much, but sometimes when you have water spilling on the bag, because it's a natural material, I would say that the raffia will tend to change color. So I feel like if you're someone who is not keen on that, then actually you shouldn't even be getting like a designer raffia bag. Just go for like the cheaper cost alternatives so that you won't get so like affected by it like changing color or like having all these like natural what do you call it, like natural peeling of the raffia, and like yeah, it's just meant to look like that, you know. So that's just something to bear in mind. I believe they only bring out this bag every summer and they probably have limited quantities of it. So if you really like this bag, then I would say better to grab your hands on it before it's gone. Then you have to wait for another summer for them to come out with this bag. So yes, I'm trying to think about other things that I can mention to you about this bag, but I really think that's it. If you ask me if I would recommend this bag, then I would definitely recommend this bag because it is very functional and I just really like it a lot. Celine does a lot of raffia bags when it comes to summer, so I'm probably going to do like another video dedicated to all like the new summer raffia bags that is in the market out there right now. So I've come to the end of my video. I hope this video has been helpful for you, especially if you're looking to get this bag yourself. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would love it if you subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!